Hey guys, thank you for checking out the video. Tried to shoot this video just a little bit ago, and the camera cut off for some reason. So I'm going to shoot it again, but as promised, in yesterday's video I said I'd take out like the first 20 or 30 titles in Scream Factory's Collector's Edition series, and I'd show them. So I took out the first 20. We're going to go through them real quick. Just show you the first 20 they released. They're not alphabetical order. This is by release date. Especially for Scream Factory stuff. That's just how I organize my collection. It's a bit of OCD, but it's the way I like to organize my collection, especially for Scream Factory stuff. So they're not alphabetical order. This is just the first 20 they released as they came out. This might take a little bit, so if you guys want to grab a drink, grab a snack, feel free. And, we'll get right into this. Anyway, had the day off, so figured watch some movies and shoot some YouTube content for the channel. But anyway, like I said, this is the first 20. There's a lot of Scream Factory Collector's Editions. I don't have them all. I'm missing maybe 4, 5, 6 of them. And I will get them. It's just finding a good deal on them, because I try to watch out how much money I spend on this stuff, because none of it's cheap. But anyway, let's get right into it. The very first release that they put out was Halloween 2. They come out the gate swinging very hard on their initial first run. They there's some heavy hitting titles. As I was pulling them off the shelf, the first 20, you can see that little gap. Maybe you can see it up there. Yeah, it's a little gap up there where I took them out. But heavy hitting films though. They went for some great titles. But that is Halloween 2. Has a good bit of special features on it. They released a steelbook like I showed yesterday. Has a better scan of the film on that steelbook. Just whichever one you choose that you want. Here's the case. I actually took it out of the slipcover. I won't take them all out and bleed out you guys' time and all that. But I just flipped the cover around to the theatrical since I've got the slipcover. There's the inside. You got a Blu-ray in there with the feature on it. And you also have a DVD in there that they, just generously put in there. That actually has the television cut of the film. That was very nice of them. They didn't have to do that. And at Scream Factory, they go the extra mile for throwing goodies in there. Halloween 2 right there. This one, pretty much all the collector's editions, they come, if you pre-order them and you get them in time, you get an 18 by 24 poster with a film. Unfortunately, this one didn't come with one. They chose to do, the goodie that came with this one was a cardboard nurse's hat that you could fold and put together. I don't have that, unfortunately. I have seen them a few on eBay here and there, and they want dumb money for them. I'm not paying that for it. It'd be a hard piece to display to begin with, but I still like to have it. But if any of you guys out there have one, you want to part with it, and you don't, want to charge me the price of my kidneys for it, maybe we could work something out for it. Next up, Halloween 3. Everybody's favorite movie right here. Couldn't say enough good things about it. The features on here are great. I do have the poster for this one. I'm hanging in my living room. I bought a lot of posters. There's like 20, 22 posters in a lot. Didn't know what they were going to be. Bought them from a guy on eBay. Had them for a good price. Bought them, and it turns out there's a bunch of really good early release posters that was in that stack, and Halloween 3 was one of them. That's Halloween 3. Couldn't say enough good things about that film. I think that's there's a lot of fans of that film, and they'll defend that movie to no end. And I love the movie and everything. Don't get me wrong. It's just some of those guys get a little triggered very easily whenever somebody starts talking shit about that movie. But it's always fun. Next up, Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse. This is a great film. Actually, right after I bought this one, I loved it so much, I bought the Arrow Video Blu-ray window set that they had. Found it on eBay. Seller had a fair price on it, so I bought that one too. Came with the poster and everything. Unfortunately for this one, I do not have the poster for this. So if any of you guys out there looking to sell, looking to trade, and you have it, you're okay to part with it, hit me up. I would love to have this poster in a frame and hanging in my living room with the other 82 posters that I have hanging in there. I don't really have 82 posters hanging in there, but there's a lot. There's basically no wall space left there. They're all framed too. I didn't just tack them up on the wall looking all shitty. Like, they're framed and looking good. Anybody who walks in my house are like, Jesus Christ, man, I bet you have a lot of money in this shit. And I'm like, yep. Anyway, that's Toby Hooper's The Funhouse. Anybody who hasn't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. But I'm sure everybody who's watching this channel has seen that movie 100 times. Next up, Terror Train. This was a solid film. I mean, I like it. Not one of my favorites by far. It's got its up and downs. I don't make it a mission to watch this all the time or anything, but Scream Factory done a great job with it. I know another boutique label just recently put this out, maybe a year ago. I haven't got around to getting that, but I'm sure I will. Just because I'm a compulsive collector and I gotta fucking buy everything. But it's Terror Train. This is the heavy hitter for me. I showed the steelbook of this yesterday, and my favorite artwork by far. That's They Live. That artwork right there. That's my favorite artwork, hands down. That Scream Factory's even, that they've ever done. That I have that poster right there framed, hanging in my living room. I walk past it all the time, just looking at it and go, damn, that's a great, amazing piece of art. Learn to talk today. Stop getting so excited. Anyway, that's They Live. One of my favorite John Carpenter films. Don't get me wrong. I love Halloween, Prince of Darkness, Escape from New York, The Fog. I love all those films. Love them to death. But if I had to pick one, it'd definitely be They Live. That movie right there is more relevant now than what it would have been when it came out like 30 years ago when John Carpenter made it. Could say enough good things about this film. If you haven't seen this movie, fuck it. Turn this off. Go find this. Go watch it. I'm sure you can find it streaming on something, or maybe you can rent it on Vudu or Amazon. Go fucking watch this movie. Let's see. Or, if you want to stick around to the end of the video, then go watch it. More props to you. I love you for it. Sorry, guys. My mouth is fucking dry today. It's this weather. Hot one day, rains the next. Sinuses always fucked up. Next up, Wes Craven goatee. This is Deadly Blessing. A lot of people don't like this film. I like it. It's a pretty badass film. This is before Wes Craven got really, I guess you could say, very famous, especially for like the Nightmare on Elm Street series. He did Last House on the Left, and he did some other films too. But and this is one of them that he made before that franchise put him on the map, so to speak. It's a very good film. I highly recommend it. I've watched this numerous times now, and yes, I do have the poster for this one. Every once in a while, you can look on eBay, and sometimes the complete packages will pop up. They'll sell you the movie with the slipcover and the poster. Sometimes the prices is kind of fair, and sometimes you could probably buy a fucking house for what they're trying to charge you for it. So I'd probably stay away from those. Next up, it's Prison. I have a lot of fun with this film. I believe this originally was an Empire Pictures film. I've seen this numerous times. First time I watched it, kind of wasn't really in the mood for it. But went back and revisited the second time, fell in love with it, watched it the third and fourth time, and just kept finding new things that I loved about it. It's a great film, that is Prison. Some of these are Blu-ray DVD combo packs, some of them are not. I think they were trying to include the DVD inside with the Blu-ray because a lot of people, especially in 2012, hadn't transitioned to have a Blu-ray player. They still had DVDs, so Scream Factory was even cranking out DVDs with the Blu-ray, so pretty much every release you see here, there was a DVD in existence of it. So they made sure they covered their formats very carefully. Unfortunately, I do not have the poster for that. I searched for it. I kept it in my watch list one time. Was going to pick it up. Lost out on it. Anybody has that, please let me know if you want to part with it. I'd be more than happy to purchase it from you. I would love that. Another one I'd love to frame. I'd probably put that one frame it and put it in my hallway if I could get my hands on it. So if you guys have that, please feel free to hit me up. Next one up. Oh, it's another one of my favorite ones. I couldn't tell you how many times I pulled this out and watched it. That is From Beyond. It's one of my favorite Stuart Gordon films, especially with like that guy's done Reanimator, Dolls, all kinds of good shit. But I love this film. Love it to death. Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton. Those are great actors. Love them to death. I actually do have the poster for this hanging in my living room. It was one of those posters that was buried in the stack that I got on eBay. And that is amazing artwork too. I don't know if that camera is going to do that any justice, but plus with the glare that I have. Sorry guys, my TV's on. I have some shit playing in the background. But it's got some good special features on it too. Interviews. I believe Jeffrey Combs has an interview on there, and it's great. It's great. He's talking about all the poison that we keep eating from McDonald's, basically, in their milkshakes. If memory serves me correctly. Next up, I'm telling you, like as I go, each one I'm pulling off, I'm like, damn. But another heavy hitting film. That's Phantasm 2. One of my favorite sequels in a franchise. Besides Pet Sematary 2, Evil Dead 2, stuff like that. This definitely, for me, this one definitely goes up there with it. I did get lucky and buy the, right there, the Well Go USA box set, and I have the Phantasm box set up there. The one with the spear. Haven't got the newest collection yet that has the, I think that's it's either a 2K scan or a 4K scan of Phantasm 2, and it's the ultimate gore cut, I guess you would call it, with a couple minutes of extra footage. I'm gonna get that sooner or later. But I find what I have is just hard to justify buying a set that I already have 2 other sets of already. It's just, you buy like 8 copies of the same movie, it just, ugh. A lot of people get pissed about double dipping and triple dipping. I'm over here buying 8 copies of the same movie because there's different features, there's a new scan or commentary, whatever, and it's just, that shit's getting expensive. But anyway, that is Phantasm 2. I do have the poster for this one hanging up. I got this right close, right in my kitchen. It's amazing artwork though. I love it. Next up, The Burning. Sure, anybody who's seen this film loves it to death. It is very great film. Very underrated too. I think this came out about the same time as the first Friday the 13th movie, and Friday the 13th blew up out of the water, and this one kind of didn't get the notoriety it should have got as a very great film. Get to see a very young Jason Alexander. Everybody's mentioned Jason Alexander in this damn movie, and there I go doing it too. But just weird to see Jason Alexander with hair. Anybody knows who Jason Alexander is? He's the bald guy from Seinfeld. I think his biggest line was, "I just got out of the pool," talking about his small dick and all. But anyway, that is The Burning. If you haven't seen that movie, please go watch it. Go find. I'm sure Tubi or you're gonna find it somewhere. Vudu even. I'm sure you can probably watch that for free and not even have to rent it. But you interested though? That is the package to get right there. I would love to see them do a steelbook release of this. I do have the steelbook version of that from Arrow Video, and that is an amazing steelbook. They went out of their way, just like with this package, like Scream Factory did. Looks amazing. I do not have the poster for this. Anybody, again, if you're looking to let it go or you want to sell it, trade it, you're open to it, hit me up. I do like that artwork. I love it. I do not like the theatrical artwork. That is not my thing. I would show you that, but just no point because it sucks ass. But I'd love to have that poster, so if you have it, hit me up. Same as this one. Next up is The Howling. Love this film. I showed the steelbook yesterday. If you guys out there have a poster of this, the original 18x24 poster from Scream Factory, looking to trade and part with it, please hit me up. I'll be more than glad to make a deal with you. It's one of my favorite werewolf movies. Not my most favorite werewolf movie. That would be American Werewolf in London. But this one's up there. I love it. Definitely justified me buying this one, buying the steelbook, and I think I even bought a VHS of this not too long ago just to have over there in the collection because I gotta fucking buy everything. Next up, Tobe Hooper's Life Force. So I was talking about Tobe Hooper films earlier, and I forgot to even bring this one up. Life Force. They showed the steelbook yesterday. They have a steelbook release for it. There's a little bit of a story with this one. When they first released this, they released it as a collector's edition, and this is it, with a slipcover, 2-disc set, all that good stuff. But there was a feature, a special feature, whether it was an interview or something. Legally, they had to take it off. And then they re-released it, pulled this one, re-released it, and released it as a standalone release, and it wasn't branded as a collector's edition. So I was very fortunate to find one that was the original first run collector's edition release, and grabbed it. I did have the poster for this one. It was one that was in that stack. I've watched this movie like 2 or 3 times. I just really can't get into it too well. It doesn't really feel like a Tobe Hooper film to me. I mean, I like it. It's all right, but shit, man, it's nothing. It's the caliber of this film, nothing like Texas Chainsaw or Poltergeist or fucking Funhouse. But I still like it for what it is. I bought this one, bought the steelbook. Like I said, I did have the poster for this, and I found somebody who was a very, very big fan of this film. They were like, man, I would love to have that poster. And there it is. It's just sitting in the stack, so fucking gave it to him. I'm like, Merry Christmas, and made his day. Fucking blew his mind, I guess, but I love doing shit like that, though. Something, if it's, something I'm not like a really big fan of, and it's going to make somebody's day, and I got it, fuck yeah, give it to him. Kind of remember too, like the guy was like trying to, like, no, let me give you some money for it. I don't want no money. I don't want none of your shit. Just take it, hang it up, cherish it, love it. Next up, John Carpenter's The Fog. I showed the steelbook of this yesterday. There's an Easter egg on this one. I do remember that. I think that Easter egg was made for Jeff Nielsen, the guy who runs, the publicist, or whatever his title is at Screen Factory. I don't fucking forgot. But it's Jeff Nielsen and Cliff McMillan, 2 big guys over that oversee the Screen Factory brand. And Cliff McMillan did a nice little surprise for him and threw an Easter egg on here. Since this is Jeff Nielsen's favorite movie of all time. This is his #1 pick, hands down. It just doesn't have to be a John Carpenter flick, a horror movie. This is just his favorite movie of all time. Childhood memory for him. Very good release. Got a lot of special features on it. It's a Carpenter film, man. Fucking, it's great. But I know that slipcover is a pain in the ass to get now sometimes, too. Unfortunately, I don't have the poster for this. Well, I'd like to have it, yeah. I like the artwork on it. If you guys out there, you have this poster, looking to part with it again, let me know something. We'll make a deal. Next up. Shit, man. One of the best trilogies, I think, besides, Evil Dead, but that's George A. Romero's Day of the Dead. And that right there with, I've always went back and forth between this one and They Live, to which one's my favorite artwork. They Live has got it by that much. But I love this movie. Hopefully they'll do a steelbook, something later down the line, give it a new skin. There's some improvements to be made with this film. It can look better. I was listening to another YouTuber named Richard Diaz go over this film, and he was like, there's definitely some video issues that could be corrected, and it could look a little bit better. I totally agree with him on that. And this film, at the caliber it sits at, this is a fucking hard-hitting film, man. This is great. If you haven't watched this movie, go watch Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, then watch this one. This is the 3rd film in that franchise. And it is fucking awesome. I know there's a lot of debate for after this movie, the films that he made after this. That's fine. They're hit or miss. I can agree with that. But the first 3, Night of the Living Dead, fucking classic, legendary. Dawn of the Dead. There's motherfuckers walking around with tattoos all over their body of Dawn of the Dead, so that goes and explains the notoriety of that film. But this one, nothing to sleep on. I love this film. I was very fortunate to, my buddy on Facebook that I met, his name is Jason Bell. I bought this poster from him. He was selling it. Got lucky, and he was like, hey, just give me $25 for it. Paid him immediately. Then he turned around and was like, I have Night of the Demons, the original 18x24 poster. I'll take $25 for that one too. I was like, holy shit. Sent that dude $50 really quick. Got this one and Night of the Demons poster. And my Day of the Dead poster's on this wall. You can't see it, but I assure you, it's there in all of its glory. I'll look up at it and it makes my mouth salivate just looking at it. Fucking artwork is great. Next up, another John Carpenter film. Fucking Scream Factory. They went for them Carpenter films. Damn, they got so many Carpenter films. Next up is John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. And this is a great film. Got the steelbook as well. Showed that yesterday. Downside, there's not a whole lot of special features on this. You get a commentary with, I don't even think it's a new commentary. I think it's like an archive and an old commentary. But you got a commentary with director John Carpenter. You do get new interviews with John Carpenter and Alice Cooper. But man, they're kind of brief. They're not like these hour-long interviews. They're kind of short. It was really cool to see Alice Cooper talk about this movie since he's in it. And Scream Factory, of course, they made sure they put Alice Cooper on the cover. I think that was a selling point, especially for the old rockers. But like I said before, I do have that poster in the living room. That's another one that came in that bundle. Next up, all right, the next two, they did not come with posters. After digging around doing a little bit of research and homework, I guess Scream Factory, just for legal reasons, couldn't do new commissioned artwork for these two films, and they couldn't release a poster, which is fucking horrible, because these are 2, 3, and 4 some of my favorite movies in this franchise. But all right, it's Psycho 2, one of my favorite sequels of all time. This is man, I have probably spent a lot of time convincing people who hasn't seen this movie, who, of course, everybody's seen the first one, but they just didn't want to give the sequels a chance because they're sequels and they probably suck ass. Nah, that's not the case for these. Psycho 2 is, man, it's a monumental sequel. Tom Holland, the guy who did Fright Night, Child's Play, this fucking guy right here done his homework to make sure that he was giving the fans something they want, and this is a great film. You haven't seen this, what's wrong with you? Go watch it. It's great. I try to tell everybody, go watch this movie immediately. You'll love it. It'll entice you to even watch the third one and the fourth one, which are great films to me. They have their faults, but it's perfection. Next up, of course, Psycho 3. Anthony Hopkins has directed this one. Anthony Hopkins will be forever known as Norman Bates. He was forever known as Norman Bates while he was alive, and he's still known as Norman Bates now that he's been gone since, I think, mid-90s, late 90s. He directed this one. This is a really good one. Like I said, Psycho 2 and 3 here, they didn't come with reversible artwork. They didn't come with posters. The studio, I guess, wouldn't allow them to do commissioned artwork. But, they got some features on there. And they're worth having a collection. Arrow Video released Psycho 2 as a standalone release. Right here on this shelf. So, can I pull it off there? Let's see. Oh, come on, man. There we go. Right there. Alright. There's Arrow Video's release. Even though I had that one, I had to buy Arrow Videos just because I think there's different features on this one. Had to have it. So I bought it. I love Psycho 2. If you haven't never watched that movie, please go fucking watch that movie. Another John Carpenter flick, and that is Body Bags. Here's another poster that my buddy Jason Bell, a couple months after I bought Day of the Dead and Night of the Demons, he hit me up and was like, I got this poster. You want it? I was like, hell yeah. So, bought this one. It's an anthology. There's some special features, and this is a great film. There is some audio issues. I don't think Scream Factory could help on this one. But there's some heavy static in the first story of this anthology, and it's very present. It's very noticeable, but at least we got a release of it. This is the only Blu-ray release of my knowledge. Before this, I think we had a pretty shitty DVD that looked like it had been transferred from VHS over to DVD. If memory serves me correctly, but this is a great release. If you guys like anthologies, you'll love it. John Carpenter plays the guy in the morgue, and this shit's just funny. Until they had a lot of fun with it. I think they shot that movie primarily for HBO. Couldn't be for sure on that, though. Once again, another John Carpenter flick, and that is Assault on Precinct 13. I showed the Steelbook yesterday. Speaking of Steelbooks, I would love to see that one get a Steelbook. I'd love to see it in a Steelbook. I'd love to see the lithograph. I'd love to see them clean up the movie a little bit better, and maybe if they could fix some of those audio issues. I'm very happy with that release, and I'll be fine with it, but for a Steelbook, it'd be awesome to see that come out. Anyway, saw on Precinct 13. I showed the Steelbook yesterday. I had never watched this movie until I bought this copy from Scream Factory. It was just one of those John Carpenter films that kind of was hidden that I never really knew about. Got my hands on it. I watched this, and it's a treat. It's a great film. Got some good special features in here, and this is one of those John Carpenter films that he made before he made Halloween, which a couple years after he made Halloween, it fucking popped, and he got his fame. But this is one that he made before Halloween, and it's a treat. It's a very great film. All right, number 20 in the collector's edition. This is the last one for this video, guys. So 26 minutes. We're doing all right. That is Night of the Comet. It's a pretty good film. It's definitely got its fans. Once again, I did have the poster for this one, and I was talking to this guy, and he was because I'd never seen this movie. I was talking to him. He was like, "Oh, you gotta watch that movie. Scream Factory is a great copy." So I bought the copy, and I watched the movie, and I was like, "Okay, like it's okay." And I just so happened to buy a bundle that had this and the poster with it from a seller on eBay. The guy I was talking to was like, "Man, like, fuck, I've been searching for a long time for that poster. I'd love to have that framed and hanging up and everything." I was like, "Well, you know what? I have the poster for it. Give me your mailing address and I'll send it to you." And sure enough, a couple days later, he got it, and whew, I think it was Christmas for him. But he even took a picture of that shit hanging in his living room. He put like a expensive ass frame on it too. It wasn't like one of the cheap frames from Walmart that was like $7 or nothing, like those mainstay frames. He put that bitch in like a fucking $40, $50 frame. I was like, rock on, man. You like what you like. I love that shit. But anyway, guys, that's the first 20 releases from Scream Factory. Let me try to pick them up without fucking it up. That's the first 20 collector's editions that they released anyway. Now, in between those, they released standalone editions. And I'll do the standalone editions after we get through the collector's editions. Those are nothing to skimp out on either. Some of those actually have more special features on than the collector's editions. I have no idea how they go about saying what gets a collector's edition stamp, what doesn't. I'm sure they have their own little system for it. I'm not sure what it is. I have some standalone releases up there, like Brain Scan, Invaders from Mars. The features on those things are a mile long on the back, and it's like, I'm looking at some of these, and those got 4 times the content for featurettes than these do. So I don't know exactly how they pick those or anything, but I've been collecting Scream Factory for a while now. I love the shit out of that company, and I've spent a lot of money too. I didn't start my Scream Factory collection until about 2016, about September, October, and my first buy on eBay, bought it on eBay because I had the slipcover with it, was Ginger Snaps. And I previously had a DVD of that. Watched the DVD one day, got it in the mail the next day, popped the Scream Factory Blu-ray in. I was sold. I was like, man, look how great that looks. Look at the features, all that stuff. So I was sold. So I went back and, to get these with the slipcovers, Scream Factory didn't have these slipcovers anymore. So I had to go through eBay individually and buy these. And it was pretty damn expensive. But I got all of them, though. Every damn one of them. I was buying them up there. I think into 2016, 2017, I couldn't tell you how many thousands of dollars I dumped to get all these damn things. But they're worth it. I love them. I love looking up at my shelf, seeing them in a collection, pulling them down, watching them. But anyway, guys, if you stuck around for the whole video, thank you so much. Thank you for all my new subscribers that I just got. It means the world to me that you guys hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and all that. I feel like, if you have any of these and you love them, hit me in the comment section. Tell me which ones you like the best out of those 20. If you got one of them you fucking hate, let's talk about it. Tell me about it. What you like about it. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'll do my best to keep content coming. That was 1 through 20. So the next video you're going to see is 21 through 40. This video will be Scream Factory Collector's Editions Part 1. And the next one will be Part 2. So, as always, guys, be careful, stay safe.